In this video I'm going to let you hear two of Bang Olufsen's best music and movie loudspeakers for yourself, Beolab 9 and Beolab Penta. Probably the two best real world speakers that most of us will ever encounter. If you've been to the channel before, you'll know the next instruction. Get yourself a really good pair of headphones while the intro music rolls, and I'm going to let you hear for yourself how these speakers sound. And please stay right to the end, because I'm going to tell you right at the end which ones I would choose. Right, hopefully you've got your headphones ready. The reason being that if you listen on your own loudspeakers or some cheap earbuds, you won't really get the full capabilities of these speakers coming through. You're more likely to hear the sound of your own room or your own earbuds. If you're new to the channel, I'm Steve from Sounds Heavenly. I'm a lifelong Bang Olufsen collector and enthusiast. I'm an electronics engineer by trade, and my day job is making the cables that connect Bang Olufsen speakers and helping people to get the best from their speakers. So if you've got any questions at all about anything that comes up in this video, or about how to connect either of these speakers to absolutely anything at all, please drop me a line via my website at soundsheavenly.com and I'll be happy to help. Now in this video I'm not going to give you a full technical review of either speaker. At the end I'm going to link to my full Beolab 9 review so that you can get all the information that you need on the speakers. And also, if you're contemplating a lottery win and you need to go high end, then I'll also link to my review of Beolab 5, 50 and 90 so that you can spend that extra cash wisely. But for those of us who would drive a BMW or Mercedes rather than a Ferrari or Lamborghini, who want to bring the capital outlay down a notch but without compromising quality, then I'm going to suggest two loudspeakers that I believe give the ultimate sound for music and movies without needing a millionaire's bank balance. We've got the 1986 Beolab Penta, and standing on a table alongside it, the 2007 Beolab 9. Now I must admit, this made me smile when I set up the camera shot and realised that I had to stand this dinky little speaker on a table to sit next to the tower of power that's the Beolab Penta. But there really is no need to laugh. They are more than a match for the Pentas. I won't go through all the specifications, but these diminutive speakers, half the height of the Pentas, have actually more than double the amplifier power. And whereas the Pentas reach down to 40 Hz as their lower bass extension, Beolab 9s go down to 30 Hz. They are very, very capable loudspeakers. And at the end of the video I'm going to give you my honest opinion as to which one I would choose. So let's dive into the sound tests. First of all, let's go for movies, and I love action movies, so I'm going to give you two sound clips through each speaker in turn. The first one is to simulate a car crashing through a plate glass window, and the second one will be a simulation of an attack from a helicopter gunship, because of course who doesn't need that in their living room. And I'll mark on screen which speaker is giving the sound at each point and let you have a listen to how the sound comes over. And then we'll meet up and have a little chat about what we've heard. Wow. I must admit, I played those clips at quite a high volume, about 75 decibels, to record those clips, and it was really incredible hearing the sound of these speakers in person. I must say, certainly with the glass smashing, the higher treble from the acoustic lens of the Beolab 9s really shone through for me. The Pentas have a very relaxed presentation of sound. The treble doesn't come forward quite as much. They're more a lay back in your armchair sort of sound, whereas this is an edge of your seat, engaging, clear sound. For the helicopter, I must admit I didn't notice any big difference in the bass depth of the reproduction of the two speakers, but I'd be interested to know in the comments, please, what you thought. What was your view between them? If you need to go and listen again, I've put timing links in the video description so you can click on the different clips back and forth and hear them to your heart's content until you've made up your mind. So let's have a listen to a little bit of music as well and see how they compare. This is one of my favourite local bands, Wailing Badger, and a clip from the chorus of their track Man Talk, and we'll hear it again on both speakers, so please have a listen, let me know what you think.
Why you act so crazy? Stop messing with my mind. A love like you is made of going blind. Oh, why you acting crazy? Stop messing with my baby. A love like you is made of going crazy. Why you act so crazy? Stop messing with my mind. A love like you is made of going blind. Oh, why you acting crazy? Stop messing with my baby. A love like you is made of going crazy.
Now the differences here I think are a little bit subtle but noticeable. For my ears, the higher pitches came through more clearly on the Beolab 9s, bass nice and clear and deep on both speakers, but the mid-range came through a little more on the Pentas. Well, in this room, in my workshop, I chose Beolab Pentas, but admittedly that was partially down to budget constraints. They're around about half the price of Beolab 9 on the pre-owned market. However, I am saving up for Beolab 9s. And just to complicate things a little more, when I can afford some 9s, they won't be replacing the Pentas. They'll be going in my living room in the home. So, to answer the question I posed right at the start, which one will I choose? Well, my choice has to be both. Here in the workshop, you may see at the top I've got a projection screen that I use for movies, and I love the relaxed presentation of the Pentas. Whereas in the living room I'm really looking forward to getting, hopefully in the not too distant future, some Beolab 9s for a more analytical presentation of music. So my answer has to be, well, both of them. They are, I believe, the two most competent and capable real-world music and movie speakers that I will probably ever be lucky enough to own. And I don't feel that I've been shortchanged in any way by not having the cash for Beolab 5s, 50s or 90s. Now if you'd like to have a detailed look at my full review of Beolab 9s, this will appear on screen just here. And if you're planning a lottery win and you want to go Beolab 5, 50 and 90, then just here is my full review of those flagship speakers. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments.